Hello, everyone. Hello. First of all, welcome to this live stream. My name is Rob. You probably know that because you've clicked on this channel, so you kind of know who's live streaming. But in case you don't, I'm Rob. I make Minecraft videos. I play on the Olympus Craft server, which is a lovely server where I play with lots of other people who are all very, very, very cool. Just check them all out. Links are in the descriptions of my videos, all of that kind of stuff. So the main reason we're here today is because I thought it would be good to show you how I edit my Minecraft videos, how I create my Minecraft videos, and I'm hoping that by showing you this, you may also, learn how to create your own videos. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend like 10 minutes just kind of chatting about, not doing much, just because I want to kind of wait to see if anybody who's slightly late is going to join. So I'll just a bit of like chatting. I am going to be looking at the comments. So if anybody has any questions, comments, that kind of stuff, you can ask either now or later on when we actually start talking. And then once you've actually started, I'm going to show you, first of all, how I come up with a video idea, how I develop a concept for a Minecraft video, the thought process behind it, and then I'm going to show you how I actually edit it in Premiere, although obviously this is applicable to other software as well. So I actually prepared an episode. You can see it here. This is a very very disorganized episode that I've been recording over the last week, and this is what we're going to be editing today. So I'm actually going to show you what I do when I edit a video. I'm actually going to do it practically in front of you, so that you can learn from that. So again, if you've got any comments, feel free to write in the chat. I will be checking that out throughout. But I probably should start off by giving you some background about myself, because I understand the slight worry. I am not a large YouTuber, as I'm sure you're aware. I have 224 subscribers as of today. Let's just check. Yeah, 224. So if you do enjoy this, please remember to comment and like, especially, and subscribe. That's the one I was trying to get at. So I'm a small channel. I'm not been doing Minecraft videos necessarily for more than maybe a year and a bit, but I do have some other experience that is applicable in this situation, and that I think I should mention beforehand, so that you don't think, oh, what's this person saying? What are his credentials to be explaining to me how a Minecraft video works? So I've been making Minecraft videos for something like 13 years, something like that. I started off with a channel called Pluton Channel, which had I can't remember how many subscribers, but we did have like 3-4 million views in total, something like that. At one point, we were the 13th most subscribed channel in Italy, subscribed comedy channel in Italy. Sorry, I should clarify. So I did a lot of videos with that. Not very good, not very good ones. I was 16 at the time, so not fantastic videos, but it definitely taught me how to edit. I used to edit in Windows Movie Maker when that was a thing. I don't think it's a thing anymore. And then I moved on to Power Director Link. It's something like that, some other software that I used for a long time until eventually I settled for Premiere. So that channel was quite good. I learned a lot while making videos for that channel. So it was very, very important for me to do that. And but then I moved on from that and have made other channels since that. I started off a completely different channel called Shut Up Rob, which wasn't as successful, but it did allow me to be very creative, and to learn more video editing techniques that have become relevant now that I'm making Minecraft videos. Blue Gamer Dog comments and says, "Poof, they were hilarious." My old videos. Yeah, thank you. Not many people thought that. There's a lot of weird stuff there, but it was all a learning process. I spent a lot of time. I've done, I don't know how many videos, like at least 500 edited videos. So I've done a lot of this stuff before. I also used to work as well, I say volunteer, I would say, at the student radio stations when I was in university. We had I was head of comedy and drama in one radio station in Cardiff. I was also head of comedy and drama at another radio station in Cambridge. And although that was audio editing and video editing are very, very, very similar. So there's some good overlap between that. Oh, Party Voice joined. Don't worry, we've not started really yet. I'm kind of giving a bit of a preamble for the first 10 minutes just to get people who are a bit late to join. So, all of this to say that although my channel only has 224 subscribers, I do have quite a bit of experience video editing, and hopefully I can translate all that experience into tips and tricks that you may want to use when you edit your own videos. Maybe you have zero experience in video editing and this is your complete beginning, and I'm trying to make this as simple as possible so it can appeal to everyone. But even if you've got some experience, I'm hoping that what I say will be useful in some way. So that's the hope. Now, moving on. So again, I'm going to start editing in 4 minutes, but in the meantime, let me explain to you what we're going to be editing today. So if you don't follow my channel, I do various videos of all Minecraft related, but specifically one of the major things I do is I do a series on an SMP called Olympus Craft. Some of the other members of the server are actually watching at the moment, so hello to everyone. But the main idea of Olympus Craft, it's very similar to Hermitcraft. We're not directly copying Hermitcraft, but we like the idea that Hermitcraft has of being a community server. We're all together. We play together. We do big projects together. We also do our own individual things, but it's very much a communal thing, and I really like that kind of environment. So the video we'll be editing today is an episode of this series. I think it's episode 7, if I'm not mistaken. And particularly in this episode, what happens, two major things. First of all, we have the construction of a chicken machine prank. And the second is the construction of a crazy contraption, which will make sense when we get there. Blue Gamer Dog is saying that we should make this into a video at the end, and I'm already planning that, Blue Gamer Dog. Don't you worry, it's already on the cards. So that's what we'll be editing today. It's basically these two parts, these two main events we're going to be covering in this particular video, and I'll be explaining again how I planned this video first of all. And then once we've got that, we're going to be looking at the nitty gritty of the technical side of editing and actually getting this mess here of completely disjoined files into something a bit more cohesive. So that's the plan. That's the plan for today. Again, any questions, write them in the comments and in the chat. Is that what it's called? In the chat. And I will then go through and comment upon what your questions are. I want this to be as interactive as possible. I don't want it to be me talking for 2 hours or whatever long it takes. I should probably say it usually takes me around 2 hours to edit a video. So I'm thinking that's probably how long this stream is going to be. Hopefully that's okay. Again, I'm going to try and condense this into a video afterwards. So if you have to go halfway through, don't worry. You can come back and see the live stream, or you can come and see the video once that has been edited. Okay. I think that's probably enough waiting around. We've kind of, I kind of waited enough. I think enough people probably have joined by now. Any latecomers, we can bring up to speed whenever it happens. So let's get down to the core of it. So, as I was saying, episode 7. This is kind of the server starter. The server is ongoing. The narrative of the server is very clear. We know where we're going. If you've watched other episodes, you know exactly how this episode fits in with the other episodes. And I'll start off with the reasoning behind this particular episode. So I don't write a script, I'd like to point out, because I like it to be fluid and spontaneous, and I don't really necessarily plan in detail what's going to happen in each episode. But I do try to have an idea of what each episode is going to be. Oh, I should also say, if anybody hasn't seen my videos before, I would describe my style very similar to more Hermitcraft style videos. It's that kind of atmosphere you get. It's kind of like edited, lots of cuts, and you've got basically storylines that continue throughout the episodes. That's kind of the idea, in case you had no idea. So the way I construct an episode usually is I think before I start about the episode what I want to include in the episode. And I tend to take 2 or 3 big story points and work those into the narrative. So, as I said, in this episode here, we've got a chicken prank and we have a crazy contraption. So before I even started recording anything for this episode, I knew that this episode was going to cover those 2 big events. There is obviously space for improvisation in between. If stuff happens on the server, I will very happily weave that into the narrative or add stuff in. Occasionally, I may even remove stuff that I had planned in one episode and move into the next episode. There's a bit of flexibility there, but I don't go into an episode just randomly. I don't just kind of start recording and see what happens. I very much know what I'm going to be doing at each point. And that kind of helps me as well. First of all, to create a narrative that makes sense, because we'll see when we're editing, you kind of want to tell a story, and you can't really tell a story if it's a bit all over the place. It also helps the episode to be a lot more compact, because you're getting straight to the point. You know exactly what you're talking about, and you know how to convey that information. But also that's kind of the reasons why I try to plan stuff beforehand. I'll just click on a random clip and we can see what kind of stuff we're dealing with. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of pieces which don't have any audio because I don't really chat all the time. But then, if we find a good moment, I'm sure there'll be a point in which I just say one sentence. Excellent. Or should I say, oh, here we excellent. Go. Or should I say, excellent? Get it? Eggs? I can't believe that's the line that we found. Oh God, a terrible joke. That's the one that came out. Excellent. Anyway, so the point here is like, yeah, we've got like these episodes. If you kind of were just to watch these clips, it will make no sense. It doesn't it's not connected at all. It's just kind of like bits and bobs here and there. Lots of audio in between, lots of lines fluffed and repeated, all of that kind of stuff. But in my mind, I do already know where this episode is going. When I'm recording individual pieces, I remember exactly what I've said before, and I already know what I'm going to say afterwards. So I've got a script in my head, which is flexible, but that I can adapt to the various situation. Oh, don't worry, there's going to be lots of eggs in this episode, party bro. So that's kind of the planning process. That's how I think of the idea. I just kind of go, these are 2 things I'm going to do, and that's how I'm going to record it. About what I actually plan, I tend to do, I tend to have 1 major plot line and 2 smaller plot lines. So the major plot line is what's going to be on the thumbnail, it's going to be what's in the title, and then the other things are stuff that is still happening on the server. It gives a sense that the server is very active. There's a lot going on. But you can't focus on 3 full things at the same time. You need to go 1 big thing and smaller things. Now, in this particular episode, slightly differently, I've done 2 major things because kind of it made sense story-wise and there was things I wanted to do. So I've kind of deviated a bit from my own rules here, but I've tried to keep it kind of consistent, at least have 2 things going on. Okay, so that's again the idea behind it. So with the ideas in mind, then obviously it comes to the point where I'm going to be recording the episode, and that's where I probably should start showing you programs and stuff that I use. I use OBS very straightforward piece of software. It's currently streaming, as you can see. It's got like this infinite kind of loop here. And OBS is very straightforward. It just records your screen, it records your audio, and that's kind of it. You can do other settings and things like that, but I don't really bother. This is pretty much what I use. Now, I should point out, one thing I do recommend for new channels is microphones. Microphones are very important because, you got the visuals of Minecraft videos look great. Like there's not much necessarily you have to do to a screen grab of you playing Minecraft to make it look good. The microphone is where you get the distinction between a good YouTuber and a bad YouTuber. I currently am on not the best microphone, and that's because I broke my actual microphone, which is unfortunate, I know. But this one's okay. This one's an okay microphone. I'm sure you can see it's not perfect, but it's not the quality of somebody like Grian or Wadsey or somebody like that. But it's good enough for what we're trying to do. You kind of want a microphone which is, my good microphone is a Blue Yeti. That's about 150 quid, $200, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, by the way, hi Aardvark, thank you for joining. So yeah, so that's usually the microphone I have. This one here is, I don't really know what it is. It's a smaller one, much cheaper. And this was about £50, so about $60, $70. It's an investment that is worth doing because it does really make you stand out from other smaller channels. If somebody goes into your channel and there's a really bad microphone, it kind of does stand out quite a lot. So I think that's the one thing I was sort of saying. If you do want to do Minecraft videos, there's not a lot of money that you have to spend on it, but a microphone is one of them. Okay, so OBS. Yeah, so it'll record. You click record. It will record your screen, and then you get these videos here. That's pretty much all there is to the recording process. The only thing that I'll cover now briefly, but I'll get to back later, is I use Replay Mod. So this is just it's a mod you can get. The 1.17 hasn't been officially released yet, but you can get it on the Patreon if you want. And not my Patreon, the Replay Mod Patreon. I don't have a Patreon. But you need Fabric and other stuff like that. But essentially what it does, it records the loaded chunks. So you can then do cool camera angles and stuff like that. We'll be looking at Replay Mod a bit better later, but that's what I use for time lapses. And that's all you need. You need OBS and Replay Mod, and you'll be able to do pretty much any kind of Minecraft video you want. Okay, so yeah, so I grab as much footage as I can. I tend to have around 2 to 3 hours of footage every time I do a video. Videos tend to be about 15 minutes long, so there's a lot of footage that gets lost on the cutting table, but that tends to be me fluffing lines and pieces of silence in between. I don't usually cut out big segments. It doesn't really happen. And the only thing to consider also is that although we do have 2 or 3 hours of recorded Minecraft, this is only a small part of the bigger part of the episode. I usually tend to probably spend something like 20-30 hours. No, that's probably too much. Let me think. I usually spend about 3 days, and I probably play around 5 hours. I would say 15 hours. 15 hours of playing with only around 2 to 3 hours actually making it into recorded. So actually, there's a lot of stuff that's recorded and done behind the scenes for only 50 minutes of footage. Obviously, different Minecraft videos are different. If you're recording a tutorial, you're not going to spend 15 hours making it. If you play, I don't know, if you do live streams and then edit it down, it's not going to take 15 hours. It's entirely up to what you're planning to do. But if you're playing a let's play and you kind of want to make it as interesting as possible, and you don't want to just spend 15 minutes mining, you kind of spend a lot of time doing stuff in the background. So yeah, so we've got 2 or 3 hours of footage here. We can actually see how much it is if I go to properties. 3 hours. So we've got about 3 hours. This is a slightly longer one, but I think there's a lot of silence in between stuff. So we're going to move on to Premiere. Premiere. This is the software I use to edit. Now, Premiere does cost money. There are other alternatives, which I don't use, so I don't really know exactly how to use them. But I use Premiere. It's very good. Premiere is one of the top-notch things that programs you can use to edit any kind of video. But the stuff I'm going to be showing you on Premiere kind of applies to any kind of software. So you don't need to use Premiere. You don't need to use the highest end, because realistically, Minecraft videos, you're only just cutting things and putting them in order. You're not really doing any kind of weird effects on it or that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be showing you here because that's my program of choice, but the stuff I'll be showing you is going to be stuff that you can use in other places. Yes, also I have Blue Gamer Dog has pointed out his Premiere Pro 2015, but that's because that's the copy I have. But obviously you can use whatever copy you have. And again, the main functions are going to stay the same. You're not going to it's not too difficult to convert from one program to another. Anyway, so we're going to start off by creating a new project, which will take a while. Also, my Premiere does occasionally crash. Just putting this out here. It's going to crash on us at least once, so just let's get used to it. Okay, actually, I'm going to do it through here. New project. We're just going to call it to episode 7. I'm not very good at naming stuff. So it takes a second, obviously, to load. I wanted to show it from the start, so I've not really loaded anything in yet. So I'm gonna import all the video files, and then I'm going to do a quick thing on replay mod because we need to put that in the background while we do the Premiere. So it's slightly out of place, but unfortunately I do need to do it that way. Okay, sequence. Then we need to add a sequence. This will give us the place where we got all the timestamps and that kind of thing. Now I use this default setting here. You kind of just want it to be 1080p 30. That's kind of what you want, but you can obviously experiment with other formats if you want. But this is HD and it's good for YouTube. So we're just going to create this here. And it should open up this thing down here, which will, yeah, here we go. So this is our time something. I can't remember the name of it officially. But this is where we're going to actually be cutting and pasting and stuff. All our video files. Now, our video files are here. I'm going to quickly grab all of these and import them in. So I'm just going to drag them into here. In a second. This is where it could crash, by the way. Yeah, there we go. So this is, it's imported the videos. You can see them all here. It is, however, conforming them, which is kind of like converting them to the format it likes, and that will take probably like 5 to 10 minutes. And that's something that we do need to do before we do, because otherwise you can't really see like a few things that I need to look at. So we're going to leave that for a second. It's going to conform those files, and then we're going to come back in a minute and we're going to start cutting and splicing. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to show you something different, which is replay mod. So again, this is slightly out of context, but if we put replay mod on now, it'll be ready for when we need it. So it's a good point to put it in. And Blue Gamer Dog says that he doesn't know how to use replay mod, so this is a good chance to learn. Now, I'm just going to turn on Minecraft. Replay mod, as I said, it's very useful if you want to do time lapses or if you want to capture snapshots of particular moments, so you can then fly around. It's a bit of a clanky piece of software, but it does its job perfectly, so you can't complain too much. So it's going to take a minute to load in, I'm afraid. But yeah, so what the idea with replay mod is that I have previously recorded the server while I have been doing stuff, while I've been building things. Now in this episode, I can't seem to remember. I think I have 2 replay mods, but now I can't place which ones they are. I think I've got one where I'm killing a load of chickens. I got another replay which is me building the outside of my crazy contraption. So that's the 2 things that we're going to be doing replay mod on. Annoyingly, they're not the best thing to do replay mod on, but it's what I had in this episode. Yeah, so we'll see once this is loaded. I'm just kind of talking over it, hoping that this will go quickly. It's an unfortunate thing of software. You do have to wait for it to load. So yeah, so we're just going to chat over it. But yeah, replay mod, like, it's got lots of crazy functionalities that I'm sure will be really useful to learn about. I do not know any of those. I use it for very basic things, but it looks good. And I think you'll be using it for similar kind of thing, I'm assuming. So we'll see. Okay, here we go. Finally. Nice weather we're having here. Excellent. There's also a delay in the live stream, so even if I wanted to have a conversation, it would take like 30 seconds for you to respond. Yeah, sorry about this. Just will take a while. This is still conforming, and as you can see, while it conforms, more waves will appear here. And because I said it audio rather than video quite a lot, I use these waves quite a bit to tell me where things are. But we'll get to it. Just trying to waste a bit of time while we wait for this. Here we go. Thank you very much, Mojang. It only took you something like 40 hours. I have the latest version of Replay Mod, which is still in beta or beta, however you want to say that, which means that there are some functionalities that don't work. But again, it's not something we need to worry about. When you're recording, you basically just need to click record server and then go onto the server, and it will record whatever you're doing on that server until you stop it. Once you've got that recording file, you go here to replay viewer. Now these are all the files I have. Some of these are old. I'm actually going to just delete them quickly. Yeah, this is building a storage system. This is what these video files are. So we have these three. This one here, I believe I think it's just me pressing it by accident. So I'm just going to delete it. Yeah, sure. And let's load this one up. So this first one, I believe this is a video of me killing chickens. So I've got some questions. I'm just going to pause this very quickly. The party will ask, is there a way where I can cut out my keyboard sounds in Premiere Pro? Oh, okay. It wouldn't be Premiere Pro because that's something to do with audio. You'll be looking at Adobe Audition, which I will be covering slightly, not too much, but we can look at that. The problem is that keyboard sounds they're not just background noise, they're not a consistent noise in the background, which you could get out really easily if you just got like a hissing noise in the background. That's very easy to remove. Keyboard's a bit more annoying. I do think there are plugins that will allow you to do that, but I just kind of give up. I kind of figured it's part of the process, but I understand that's maybe not what you want to do. So I would look into plugins for Audition rather than Premiere. But yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, so we are here. We are in replay mod. So this is what we got. I've kind of paused it a second. You can pause it on the top left corner, and you can see here that it's almost like we got a snapshot of the server at this particular time. Also, yeah. So you can see me there. That's my character there, and you've got loads of chickens everywhere. Because that's what's been happening at the server. This will make a lot more sense later on. So the reason I caught this particular snapshot was because in this part I kill all of these chickens, and it makes sense in the narrative of what I'm doing. So I figured it would be a good thing to capture. Now it's a slightly awkward one because I'm not building something, so I'm not focused on a particular spot. I'm more kind of trying to get like a sweeping view of everything going on. So the way replay mod works, again, you can, if you press T, you can get a mouse, and again, you can play stuff. Should all be going in real time, or you can pause stuff. So that's kind of just pausing, playing, replay. And the way you want to do is you want to identify where you want your camera to go. So, for example, I think this particular shot, I think I kill all the chickens over here and then I move to the back. We'll try that out, but I'm going to place my camera. I think a nice sweeping view from here to down there would be quite nice. So I'm going to place my camera here, press T, and I'm going to press add position keyframe, add time keyframe at this particular spot at the start of the video. I'm going to do speed 8 because it's going to be sped up anyway, so this will make it render faster. And then I'm going to go to the end of the video, which will take a minute to load. Yeah, sorry, this is just the way it is. Yeah, Blue Gamer Dog is also suggesting for the keyboard thing we were discussing to get a noise suppressor for your microphone. I have what's it called, a pop shield in my microphone, and I don't know what it's called, but like foam around it as well. I think it does depend a lot on the microphone. If you are kind of I think most of that kind of thing you probably want a better microphone for. That would be the way forward. But it's not the cheapest option, I realize. But yeah, you can try with Audition though. I think there are some ways to do it there. So I hope that's useful. Oh, here we go. So we got to the end. This is the end point of the video. You can see there's these kind of visual glitches. They don't appear in the video, so don't worry. They're just kind of there. So I'm gonna just quickly run over to this side here. I'm going to find the end position of this particular clip. So I think something like that may work. Now, it's a kind of a bit of a guesswork. I don't know if this is actually going to look good at the end, but I'm willing to risk it. I've used the replay mod times before. You can obviously play if you do this, you can add position and that's your end position there. And you could, in theory, go to the start and play the camera path, and it will show you the smoothness of what you're doing, and you can adjust that, obviously. But I don't think, I think this is probably going to be good enough. I think this is going to be smooth enough for what we're trying to do. So once we render this, we're going to have a video file where the camera is going to start over there where we positioned it, and it's going to move for 2 minutes and 19 seconds across this landscape to this position here we've chosen. And in the meantime, obviously the video is going to play as it would, just 8 times as fast. So that's how Replay Mod works. It's very straightforward. Again, you can do much fancier and nicer things. I'm sure there's guides on YouTube. This is just how I use it. I'm just realizing that there's a mountain here, which leads me to think that we may clip that mountain. So I'm going to go a bit higher, actually. And then maybe looking a bit further down, something like that, because the camera will go through things if it's in the way, so you don't really want that. Right, we're going to render this, and then if it's wrong we can render it again, so it's not the end of the world. So render camera path, these are the settings I use. I go for high video resolution, and then I just press render. So let's see what happens. Again, all the software takes a minute or two to set up. That's unfortunately the way it is. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. Okay, here we go. So it's got 8,300 frames to render. It's going to take something like 10 minutes, which is fine for us. And you can look at the preview. You can see the camera is slowly moving. I'm killing 1 million chickens. This is kind of a good angle. I'm happy with that. So let's make that into a windowed mode, and let's go back to our Premiere. Here we go. The files have finished conforming, so I'm going to quickly save, because this is usually the point in which in which this is going to fail, in which the video is going to crash. So not the video, the Premiere is going to crash. So we'll just save it, and we may have to reopen it in a minute. So what we got here is all of the video clips in order. We've got 3 hours and 12 minutes of videos all the way across. So where Premiere works is you've got different channels for videos, different channel for audio, and here in this particular moment we've got video 1, which is our video files up here, and audio 1, which is our audio files down here. Now these are linked together, so if you move this around, it will move both the audio and the video, but you can unlink those if you're doing something like adding stuff on top of each other, like narration. I don't know what kind of videos to do, so if you're doing narration, you can just add it into a new audio too. Oh, it's crashing. Oh, is it? Oh, I think that's crashed. Oh, I predicted it. Come on, show me the crash. Ah, has it crashed? It's not decided if it's crashed or not. It's definitely frozen, that's for sure. Well, I'm going to keep on talking and hope this resolves itself soon. By the way, Bilal, thank you for loving my videos. That sounded really weird. That's a weird sentence. No, thank you very much for watching. I know if you can't watch now, I'm hoping you'll enjoy it later. And there we go. It crashed as promised. No, not to worry. That's usually the only crash we get. I think we'll be fine from that moment onwards. I don't really know why it does that. It may be, I don't know. But it's usually quite fluid after that. So we just need to open it up again and it will be fine. We don't need to do the, what's it called? The conforming again. We don't need to do that. That's already done. So we don't have to worry. Kodats, hi. Thank you for joining us. We're just about to get into editing in Premiere. Or editing in general. So thank you for joining us right now. Okay, Premiere Pro. It's having a think. Hopefully it will open up. This is just doing in the meantime. Yeah, you can see it's a good angle. We get like myself running around killing stuff. So that works quite nicely. Not too bad at all. Yes. This moment of silence is brought to you by very bad Premiere. Yes. Oh, seeing that we're at it here, I will respond to messages while we wait for this to load. Kodak says he wants to join an SMP. So we do have an SMP, but unfortunately at the moment we're not really open to new people. We have our own community, and obviously we obviously it's difficult. You know, we want to have as many people as possible, but we do have to kind of make sure that we are, I don't know, we all have the same kind of ideas. We're all YouTubers or streamers. So if you do want to join, you would have to be a YouTuber or a streamer. If you do fit that bill, there are other people from the server in the chat. So if anybody wants to kind of deal with that while I show the videos, that'd be good. But again, unfortunately, we're not necessarily open unless you are somebody who has a lot to bring to the community. Okay. Max is saying he's trying and I shouldn't blame my software. Oh, well, I mean, it did crash on me, so that's not my fault. Yeah. Now, Codex, that being said, actually, now I think about it, we do have a community Discord group where you can look up updates and stuff about Olympus Craft, that kind of stuff. And I believe, and Blue will be able to say a lot more about this, that we are opening a community server as well, where people who are not, who just want to play a bit can go and have fun. So hopefully, Fuzzy's there as well. Fuzzy will definitely be able to tell you more about this. So, oh, Kodak. Okay, you do Minecraft videos and tutorials. Okay, well, I'll check out your channel afterwards. Oh, this is all loaded. But yeah, if you want to have a chat with other people in the chat, they'll be able to give you more information. I don't want to just talk about the server here. This is more to do with video editing. So I will focus on that, but hopefully other people will be able to help you. Okay, we are back. Excellent. Hopefully this will be the only error we get. So I'm reloading the saved file, and because we've saved it, it should all be as we left it. So that's all nice. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, this is the moment of just chilling with friends. Yep. Okay. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yes, here we go. We have returned. So it's all good. This is exactly where we left off. So we don't need to do the config, whatever it's called, consolidating thing. So we can now start editing. Now, as I said before, we got all these different clips. I recorded these clips kind of every now and then. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. There's a lot of variety essentially when I record clips. You may be doing differently. You may do one continuous clip. It doesn't really matter for when it comes down to editing. So let's see. So what we've got here, I need to kind of refamiliarize myself with it. We've got basically these videos can be divided into two parts. We've got the chicken prank part, and we got the machine part towards the end. I usually record in chronological order because that makes more sense. However, I think in this particular one, I recorded the intro before after I recorded the chicken prank. So I just need to identify where that part is, which may take a second. I'm just kind of skirting through to see if I recognize any videos. What's this one? I'm just kind of looking at the thumbnail to see. I think I recorded it like in front of, yeah, this looks like it's my idea for a crazy machine. No, that doesn't sound right at all. I think it must be somewhere earlier then. So something I have picked up that may be useful is editing with audio. So obviously Minecraft is visual, you're working with videos, and that's very useful, but something I find very useful is to try and find where peaks are in the audio. That helps me to know where I was talking, where something's happening, rather than just go randomly to try and find stuff. So for example, in this first clip here, you have this part here, this entire part here, you can see it there, goes from this point, to this point. This is me just walking around. I don't talk, I don't do anything, nothing really happens. So I know that this part is stuff I can just cut out with no issues. This part here, I'm clearly talking about something. Oh, maybe I have recorded an intro. Now, the first thing I want to do today is revenge. Over the past few weeks, so I must have recorded this. I'm confused of what I did, but regardless, we have an intro here. So, well, that's me sniffing. That's great. Yeah. So as I said, I'm going to be editing this video, so there will be parts of me just kind of looking through the clip and trying to understand. I'm not going to be talking all the time. I'm also going to be doing things because that's how I'm going to show you how to do things. So I'm going to talk to you when there's a relevant thing. Now, there's a lot going on in these clips. So the first thing I want to do is just kind of order them together. Now, the first thing I want to do today is something about, yeah, there's a clip here about me. I need. So, yeah, I'm just trying to orient myself a second. And this is what I do every time I edit. I have to kind of go back and find where I was. Yeah. So the story behind this particular prank is that I was doing this prank and I recorded it. Where's that plug? Right, I recorded it early in the morning because I needed to do it when no one was in the server, and therefore that's why the clips are slightly out of order, because my voice isn't great early in the morning. I do mention this in the video as well. So I tried to record the intro and the outro afterwards, so it would sound a bit better. Just something that. So I think I've killed. Yeah, this is me killing chickens. Efficient. It's. I feel like these videos are all out of sync somehow. Did I just randomly drag one random one? 748, 17. Let's just check. No, that seems to be the first one. Are these ones out of order here? 34, 37. No, that's later. Yeah, okay. I don't know what's happening. I'm doing it. Oh, apparently, yeah. Okay, this is something that I didn't think about. The audio from a microphone and the audio from my recordings are exactly the same. Obviously, because they're recorded with the same microphone. So this is gonna get a bit confusing, and I'm sorry about that. But I do need to listen to the video to actually see where we are and what we're doing. And obviously that can be a bit confusing. So whenever you see this thing moving, that's the video. Whenever you hear me without moving the thing, then that's the audio. Oh well, we'll see. Let's see. There's chickens here as well. God, where's this clip? I know I have a clip of an introduction, and this is taking me a second.
Yeah, this is it.
This is Code and I messing around. So, that's me shouting for some reason. All right, look, I can't find the clip. I'm gonna start off just editing, and when we find a clip, we'll add it at the start. That's an easy thing to do. Okay, so the way we're gonna edit is that we're going to basically go piece by piece throughout the video, and we're gonna cut out all the stuff that we don't want in the video. So the first thing we're doing is just creating our narrative, getting rid of all the nonsense and getting it all together. When I record, I do a lot of repeating lines. It's not always the first take. Usually if it's something spontaneous, obviously it is. But if I'm recording something and I know what I'm going to say, I usually say it like 20 times until I get the right take. So there's going to be a lot of repeating lines, a lot of fluffed lines, and that's just the way it is. But we'll see how it works. So we're going to go and find the first point where we have some audio, which seems to be here. So let's see what this says. Now, the first thing I want to do today is revenge. Cool. Okay. I'm using my spacebar to stop and start the video, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Control K to cut the video. Oh no, why is it frozen? Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's now divided this one clip into two clips. And I'm going to hit the start and do the same again. Like so. I think it's taking a minute because it's also. Oh, that's finished. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. It's having a think. Okay, so here we go. So this beginning part here is useless. There's nothing in there. We get rid of it. We've got our first little bit here, which we've edited. So I'm going to go back to the start. I'm going to place it there at the start. So at the moment, the first thing I want to do today is revenge. I think you can hear that I'm a bit tired there. Cool. Now, let's find what is this big thing I talk about next here. Again, getting rid of all the pieces we don't need. Over the past few weeks, I've been pranked many times by many different people. Code and I have had a few prank wars going on. I think Fuzzy may have pranked me at the start with some bells. I'm not entirely sure about that one yet. It could have been Code. It could have been Blue Gamer Dog. I don't actually know. Cool. We're stopping it there. That's me explaining why I'm doing pranks. It's good to kind of give like an introduction, not just kind of immediately jump into what you're doing because it could be quite confusing. I like to have good segments between parts of the video. I don't want to just go, now we're doing this and now we're doing this and now we're doing this. It's more like, now we're doing this, and because we've done this, I would like to now move on to this thing here because I want to then do this later on. It's just a bit nicer transition, I think. And again, I'm just cutting the piece in between of dead air. AV renamed all my gear to "This is a prank." Yep, the audio quality in this is slightly off, but that's okay. And we're just going to keep on doing this essentially until this clip is done.
Prank. So there's quite a few people I need to get revenge on.
There you go. Cool.
And I thought there's no better way to do it than to do a server-wide prank.
Excellent. Great introduction, Rob. Well done. So again, we're just kind of cutting pieces out. And now we have this first 35 seconds or so, just all audio, all good. Nothing, no dead air, no fluff lines, nothing like that. As you can see, I do have a lot of cuts in my video. That's my own personal choice, because because obviously that's the way I like to do my videos. I have a distinct style to use. You may want to do longer takes. I find that I fluff if I do longer takes, so I just tend to do shorter takes, and it works quite nicely. It's a bit snappier, I find. Also, Fuzzy and Blue are saying that it wasn't them doing the bells. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was code, but I don't actually know. So, but also, like, it's good, like, it's good to say, to make sure that people know that your community server, there's a lot going on. There's other people on the server as well. So if you drop names every now and then, it kind of reminds people that you're not alone in this. There's other people you can watch. There's other things going on. And they feel part of the server rather than just watching a single person do stuff, essentially. Anyway.
Now, if my voice sounds a bit more...
Okay, that's a line I fluffed, clearly, because it doesn't finish. So I think I got a line down here.
Prank. So I've just woken up in real life. And at the moment, the only person who's online is Five Finger Tree Punch.
Right, okay, that's me explaining when my voice is a bit rough.
So this is the perfect moment. So I've just woken up in real life.
I think I just kind of talk on a bit here, so some of these things are just going to get cut, just because it's the easier thing to do. I don't really want to...
So I've got an idea of what I want to do, and I've woken up slightly earlier.
Yeah, this is me waking up. That's all good, fine.
So in order to pull off this prank, I woke up a bit early.
Yep, Rob. Don't need to say it anymore.
Now, the prank I have in mind is similar to a prank we did in Season 1, but this time it's going to be bigger.
Okay, cut it there. Now, all of this part here that we had before, where I just kind of go off the same lines again, trying different versions of the same line, that can all go, and we can just move that part there. So we've gone from 2 minutes and 8 seconds of audio to about 52 seconds of audio, and we're now going to just cut out basically an enormous amount of audio there. So it's all good. This is what we're going to be doing a lot of. Again, I'm going to try and go as quickly as possible, but I have to go through the process. Get rid of that. Cool. Put that there. Let's see what the next piece is.
The prank we did in the bigger. Okay, I think I've got all the materials I need. I am currently here in the Nether, and this is where the prank is going to start from.
I don't like how I ended that one. I wonder if I've taken out a line.
So I'm going to find a good position.
Nope, I did not. But that's okay. It kind of works.
So I'm going to find a good position near the central portal. I think around here.
Okay. So I'm just kind of doing a rough one now. I can always edit it later. I'm just kind of trying to get the rough outline of the episode, trying to see how long it is. If it's too long, I can cut pieces out. And if it's too short, I can just leave it as it is.
And I'm going to start building the Chicken Invasion 2.0.
Excellent. My voice is so rough in this clip. But yeah, I just had to wake up early to do it.
We're essentially going to create a chicken making machine that's going to constantly spawn out new chickens. And the reason we're on top of the Nether is that the chickens are going to walk through...
Wait, what are they?
2.0. We're essentially going to create a chicken making machine.
Okay, that sounds like a good point to stop. And we're going to cut again, get rid of that part there.
Machine. And the reason we're on top of the Nether is that the chickens are going to walk through people's portals and are going to invade everyone's bases.
Yep, there you go. That's the plan of the episode. Very fun. Apparently it may be Fuzzie's birthday today, in which case, happy birthday, Fuzzy. Yeah, I didn't realise.
It's going to be pandemonium. And I love it.
Yeah, that's okay. Again, there's some pieces that are good when you're recording them, and I get rid of when I'm actually editing it. Now, again, there's a lot of cuts here. If you watch other people's videos, there may be a lot less cuts. I just have this kind of style, and you just need to find your own style. You may have a lot more cuts, a lot less cuts. It's entirely up to how you actually make your videos.
So let's get this started.
I don't like the inflection of that started, but I don't think I've done another take of that, so that's going to be it. But that's usually where I take a few different takes just to be sure. Apparently it's not Fuzzy's birthday today, so so no happy birthday to you then.
Now this is going to be very similar to the design I had last time.
Let's see if I can.
We're going to have this.
So let's see what's going on.
We're going to have this dispenser pumping out chicken. We're going to have this dispenser. We're going to have this.
Yeah, you can see I do fluff lines a lot, but that's fine because when you actually edit it together and you do like this.
Had last time. We're going to have this dispenser chucking out chickens.
Can't really tell, can you?
Where chickens can lay. Here we're going to create a big area where chickens can stay.
I don't like this part. I was very sleepy when I was doing it.
And to speed the process up, we're going to have two different chambers with it.
Okay, let's see if this works. Let's try this again.
Last time, we're going to have this dispenser chucking out chickens. And to speed the process up, we're going to have two different chambers within which the chickens can spawn.
I'm not sure this explanation is great.
And to speed this process up, we're going to have two. And to speed up the process.
Okay, and again, this line was okay, but we've got a better line later on. So I'm going to cut that one out and add a new one in.
And to speed up the process, we're going to have two different chambers where. And to I
was very much struggling with this particular line, clearly.
Chickens. And to speed this process up, we're going to have two different chambers full of chickens.
Sure, that will do. Now, I've had to balance the noise in the Minecraft videos because otherwise that clicking would be too loud. So I put the clicking down while I was, between takes so that I wouldn't hear that constantly in the background when it would be too loud. Some people may record the audio of the microphone and the audio Minecraft separately. That's perfectly fine, but I just find it easier to do them together. It's just the way I do it, but it's up to you really how you want to do it.
Of chickens. Now this area is going to be absolutely full of chickens, and these chickens are going to be producing eggs that fire out of there.
Okay, let's see if this works. I'm not entirely sure about this part. The explanation's a bit confused because I was confused in the morning, but we'll see how it goes, and we can always remove the entire thing later.
And these chickens are going to be producing eggs that fire out of there. So there we have it. The machine is in theory ready.
Yeah, I don't think there's the narration here doesn't necessarily work. It's not the most logical, and therefore I may just cut out a few pieces. I'm just going to see where this goes, but I'm thinking I may cut out the last 2-3 clips.
Machine is in theory ready. I'm going to put some chickens in here. These are going to lay eggs that are going to...
Yeah, there's a better explanation later on. So let's go back.
About chickens. And to speed this process up, we're going to have two different chambers full of chickens.
Okay, I think these 2 clips can go. This here. Fuzzy saying that he's He's going to learn a lot, or he's learning a lot already, and he's did a lot of takes. Yeah, I'm not very good at doing one takes. People can do it really easily sometimes. I'm not. And it's just nice to have a few takes just to be sure that it's as clean as you could possibly get it. But again, it's up to you, really. I waste a lot of time on this, but that's up to me. Um, yeah. Oh, Blue Gamer's got to go, but he will check the stream later. No worries at all. Thank you very much for checking it out for now. Oh, CW wondering what I use. I see. Okay, so I was just kind of checking up the chat. But let's continue with the editing. Again, it's going to be a lot of me just kind of going through the clips, cutting them up. But hopefully I can give you a bit of wisdom in between pieces.
So there we have it. The machine is in theory ready. I'm going to put some chickens in here. These are going to lay eggs that are going to be fired out down here, creating more.
There's a bit of silence there. You could leave it, but I tend to take pretty much every single silence out.
Down here, creating more chicken all the way here, creating more chicken.
No, I fluffed that one anyway.
Here, creating more chickens in this area down here, laying more eggs that are then fired out.
Sure, that's as good as an explanation as we got.
And this double system means that I have a lot more chickens to start off with.
I don't think that's necessary.
And this double chamber system means that I don't need that many eggs to start off with, because even if I only have like 10 chickens here, they're going to generate another 200 chickens that are going to generate eggs.
Yeah, sure, that's not too bad.
Means that
that sounds okay. That sounds reasonable. Okay, and yeah, again, we're just going to go through the entire thing, just slowly kind
the
of.
last thing I need to do is get myself some chickens.
Slowly cutting stuff out. There's a bit of me getting chickens.
Now, luckily, there we go. First.
Yeah, there's a lot of clips of me just kind of doing random stuff, which we can just get rid of. That entire thing can go.
Okay, let's make some chickens. There we go. First chicken, second chicken.
There you go, lots of chickens. And again, we're just going through it, chopping pieces out, editing little things like that. And you can see that basically we've already condensed something like 40 minutes into probably like 2 minutes. That's how quickly this goes, because obviously there's a lot of silence. You do end up cutting so much stuff out. I am sorry, guys, that I know the audio sounds the same, but unfortunately, that's the way I have to edit. There's not much I can do. I wonder if I can quickly. No, I don't think I can edit these. I'm sorry, but that's unfortunately the way it is.
So we have quite a few chicken.
Okay, so we're now editing again these other clips here.
So we have quite a few chickens in this first chamber here. And as soon as they become adults, they're going to start laying eggs and producing more chickens in here.
Right.
So it's a bit of a waiting game now. I'm going to go AFK for... And hopefully next time I go AFK for a while. And hopefully next time I check, we will have a load of chickens here. And hopefully for a while. And hopefully...
We cut it just about here. I'll get rid of that part there.
And hopefully next time I check, we'll have a load of chickens in this area that will start producing chickens absolutely everywhere.
Something like that.
So I'm just going to make myself a little AFK.
Yeah, we don't need to see me go AFK.
You know what?
Yep, that's fine. That's all done. So, clip 1, that was the first thing I recorded. The clip was originally 40 minutes. We've got it down to 2 minutes and 33 seconds. And this is just continuous audio. Now, obviously, it does sound quite boring at the moment, and that's because we don't have any music in the background. So that kind of adds a lot of the atmosphere to it. And yeah, I would definitely recommend having music if you're doing videos, but obviously it depends on your particular style. But yeah, I tend to have fairly boring narration, but then the nice music kind of pulls it all together, which is nice. We've still got a lot of clips to edit. I'm just going to move these closer. I still need to find that clip of me doing the introduction. But hopefully that will happen soon. It may actually be this one. No, this is still me talking about chickens. Yes. Now something I should probably this may be a good moment, just a break from the double voice of Rob. Something that I should mention is that something I'm very interested in, and something that I spend a lot of time thinking about, is the style of my videos. And by that I mean not just like what kind of video I do, like, oh, you'll do an SMP or you'll do something else. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the actual smaller details that really make your video stand out and make it unique. And it kind of comes down to a set of rules that I've come up with in my head, and that I follow, and that kind of helped me to develop good videos, essentially. I was saying before, what was I saying? There was a rule I mentioned before, which is I usually have 2 or 3 big things in my videos, and I talk about those videos and I plan beforehand. So that's a rule, I guess, that I do. But I have other ones as well. So music. I always have music in my videos. A very early rule which I developed for my own videos is that I was not going to have any unhappy or tense music. It was all going to be fairly happy, jazzy kind of music. And it's a rule that I've been sticking to, and I think it's very important, because I want to make sure that my videos are kind of happy. The overall sensation you need to get from them is that it's a fun time. You spend 15 fun minutes. You don't want to, I'm not trying to do big action things or things like that. I just kind of want it to be a nice chill environment. Now, the other one is to do with memes and external clips. So another rule I have is that as much as possible, my footage is going to be just Minecraft. An example, like Wadsy, for example, has a lot of transitions, animations, memes, all this kind of stuff that kind of gets into his videos, and he does it really well. His style is very, very good, but that's not my style. My style is very much a more vanilla kind of Minecraft. You're watching the video, you're kind of you're playing along. I don't want these external things coming in. So for me, it's very important to have this kind of all contained within the Minecraft world, and that's a rule I kind of stick with. For right or for wrong, again, other people do differently. And there's all kinds of other rules like this that I've kind of come up with, that I think are important, and I know other YouTubers do the same. I remember there was a video by Grian recently where he was saying that he doesn't film in the rain. He only films when the Minecraft sky is clear, and that's his personal choice, and I understand why that choice is made, because then you don't have this rain sound and it looks a lot more visually appealing. And it's all stuff that, small things that you kind of need to decide when you're making a YouTube video. You need to think about, how do I want my video to look? How do I want people to feel when they're watching my video? And how do I translate that into each of my videos? So that's the style, that's what I'm doing. That's why I've got this particular style. That's why I do a lot of jump cuts, because it keeps the momentum going. It keeps the thing going along. And it means that it looks like we're constantly going forward. But again, everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own way of doing things. There's no right and wrong. It's whatever works for you. Just be aware that if people like your videos, they like your style, they like the thing you're doing, and therefore it's probably good to lean into it and make sure that people get what they expect for, essentially. Okay. Piper says he likes the rule idea. Yeah, it's kind of like a subconscious thing. It's not something you have to write down the rules, but I remember it's something that I remember thinking about, because I was watching a video about animation, about Bugs Bunny. I know this is a complete tangent, but it is relevant. So Bugs Bunny had this. The creators of Bugs Bunny had this had a series of rules they followed every time they did Bugs Bunny character, which was, for example, one of them was that Bugs Bunny never starts something. He's never the one who starts violence. He's never the one who starts trouble. It's always somebody else causing trouble, and then he reacts to it. And that's kind of like a very interesting thing, because you are kind of you're saying, this is how my character is, this is what character does, and people expect that from that character and know what to think about. And it's the same, I think, with Minecraft videos. You come up with rules, you come up with ideas, and then it becomes more natural. Like when I'm editing, I kind of know the feel, the sensations that I want the video to have, and it's all down to that kind of decisions I made beforehand of, maybe I should have this, maybe I should have that. And it does come down, I mean, we'll get to it when I talk to music, but there is like specific things that I do, which is quite interesting. For example, from season 1 to season 2, I had of Olympus Craft, I changed both the thumbnails and the music. Some people notice it actually, but the thumbnails have a different style, which is slightly better in my eyes, and they also have different music. The first season had sort of like ukulele traditional YouTube video music, and that wasn't working for me. It wasn't the style I wanted to go for, so I've gone for more jazzier music this season. And I looked for like 4 hours for all kinds of online repositories of music, to find music that would fit the style I wanted it to have. And it's something that people won't notice, but if I were to do a video today where I had like a really tense music and stuff, it would stand out, and people would probably not enjoy it because they've subscribed to see this, and this is what I'm going to give them. Anyway, I've chatted about this for ages. I'm going to get back to editing, so we can actually have an episode by the end of this.
So a quick update. We now have a lot of different chickens down here. These have been produced by the chickens here, which are now all adults.
Yeah, I've got a lot of these kind of update videos, which are a bit boring, so I'm going to maybe cut them all out, maybe just have one at the end.
So there's still a lot to wait, but
yeah, this is much just me going, oh, there's a lot to do still.
Let's leave this a bit more, and
yep, let's get rid of that. Hopefully that will work out. So these are just smaller clips I recorded every now and then, just giving like quick pieces of information that I needed to give, but we'll see.
We have some progress. We have the first few chickens running around the main area.
Excellent, that's good progress, definitely.
There they are. Aren't they cute?
Don't really care about that line.
Main area. And also this area is slowly filling up more and more.
Yep, okay, that's good.
So the more eggs these chickens produce, the more chickens we have here, the more eggs these chickens produce, and the more eggs come out here.
I've kind of done this thing to death, but I think one more piece is worth mentioning. Let's see.
More. So the more eggs these chickens...
Yeah, okay.
Let's wait around some more.
Right. There we go. That was a quick little edit there. Got rid of a few clips that we didn't need. I tend to move these slightly closer every time just to kind of remind myself of where we are. Oh, so this is starting to get interesting. We now have a load of chickens. Let's see.
Come out here. So a bit more has passed. We definitely... out here. So a bit more has passed. We definitely have a lot more chickens here. And we definitely have more chickens on the outside. We've got actual patches of chickens. You know, some here. Quite a few over there. There's a whole family over here. So they're starting to spread out throughout the server.
Okay, let's see.
I've not seen any of them.
No, that's fine. I don't need that part.
So I'm hoping that the more chickens there are, but we'll see what happens. I plan to be AFK here for a while. And obviously at the end, I'm also going to...
But that's another piece that's all done. There's a lot of like chatting that I don't really need in this particular episode. So I'm just going to remove it. That's probably why we had three hours rather than my usual 2 hours. Just because there's a lot of like fluff and silence and pieces that we're not actually going to include. But that's all fine. Oh my god. Look at all these chickens. Okay, this is looking good. Oh my god. Look at all these chickens. Now, something I did notice there is that this particular line clips a bit. Do you listen to this? Oh my god. Yeah, it's there's some, it's very kind of straight up, and I think that's possibly a bit of an issue. So what I'm going to do is a slight repair here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that to that point, and then I'm going to do just kind of here. I'm going to go to volume. I'm going to put level and level here, and they're going to put this onto like -200 or something, which means the clip now goes from really low volume to really high volume, well, to normal volume, a bit smoother than it would before. It's not a complete jump. Let's see.
Oh my god.
You see, that sounds a lot more natural than just a really sharp sound. It's just a small thing that I picked up doing radio editing, but anyway.
Look at all these chickens. Oh, look how many there are. There's so many.
Yep, okay. Good clips, lots of chickens, lots of fun.
Oh, this has worked so well. And it's obviously getting more and more powerful, so this will get... Now, something that I've noticed is that the chickens...
Yeah, I think good reactions here are good.
So many. Oh, this has worked so well. And it's obviously getting more and more powerful, so this will get even worse in a bit.
Yep, that's all good. Now, something I'm noticing here, which is slightly annoying, I didn't really think about, is that it's quite dark. You can see here in the clip. It's quite a dark clip because we're on the nether roof. I do light it up later on, but it is a bit dark. Not much I can do now. I could potentially use some effects to light it up, but I think that will look too artificial. So I'm going to leave it, but it's something in retrospect I probably should have maybe put more lights around or something like that. But unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Get even worse in a bit. Now, something that I've noticed is that the chickens are congregating on these torches. And I think that's because passive mobs pathfind to light. I think that's the case. So something I'm going to do is grab some torches and light up the area a bit more, so that it's more likely that the chicken end up in people's bases.
Cool, nice and simple clip there, a bit longer, but it does kind of help with the narration.
Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of lag in that area because now moved away, the MSPT has gone up significantly.
Yeah, lag, good. It's a bit meta, that part, but meta can be good.
Okay, we're spamming torches, spamming.
Yeah, there's always torture spam. Not very interesting.
Excellent. Or should I say, excellent. Excellent.
There we go. This is the good line. It's the good line. This is what we've been waiting for. We'll see it in a second.
More likely that the chicken end up in people's bases. Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of lag in that area because now moved away significantly. Excellent. Or should I say, excellent. Get it? Excellent. Excellent.
See, in that particular instance, the fact that the joke goes on a bit too long works quite nicely. So I'm keeping that silent in because it's important for that joke. Also, notice something else. With Optifine, you can do this kind of close-up of a face. And that's something I like to do quite a bit because it's more memorable. If you're just seeing it from a first-person perspective, you don't really remember the person who you were talking to. You don't create a personal connection with me, the creator of the video. And actually having this this view here, particularly, you look into my eyes in a way, and it's a stronger connection. So I definitely recommend this kind of shot. It's very good. I am annoyed that I saved a screenshot there because it was a bit useless, but it makes the message come up. But oh well, what can you do?
I'm even going around picking up all of the eggs so that I can throw them in areas where not a lot of chickens can get to.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's keep that for now. Can always cut it out later. There we go. That's our 4th clip that we've gone through. We're definitely making steady progress. Hopefully we'll be done in 40 minutes, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. as you said, hashtag dad jokes. I'm not a dad yet though, so can't be. I think it's just me, just the way I am.
Can get to. I've slightly changed tactics now because this chamber here is.
Yeah, I kind of changed a few things around with the machines. It's not very interesting. We've talked about this already. I'm itching to get to the other parts of the video. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to be a bit more ruthless with my clips. A lot of it is just sensation. I do feel like we've talked about the way the machine works quite a bit, and I think it's now time to move on to something else. So it's if I would be bored watching these 4 minutes, then chances are somebody else is as well. So you kind of have to be like, I do say some interesting things, but they're not worth potentially losing viewers because of this.
My God. The place is so full of chickens. They are absolutely everywhere.
It's a bit of a repeat. We've already had me reacting to the big chickens, but let's keep it. It's quite a nice reaction. It's quite genuine. That is not planned. This is all genuine reactions, let's say.
Wow, absolutely.
Yeah, there's chickens here as well. Let's see.
Right, I think the frame rate has gone down, and because I don't want to break the server, I think I'm going to have to take the chicken machine down. So I think it's officially served its purpose.
Okay, so this is just the ending of it. This is where we break the machine because there's just a lot of chickens and it's causing lag. It's a nice little ending for the thing.
If you do want to check out people...
Oh, actually, there's a funny clip here that we'll see in a second. This one.
Liquid chickens. How many were in there? Oh, man.
Sure. That laugh does sound a bit fake, but it was genuine. I mean, did you not see all those chickens come out like some kind of weird liquid? Oh, man. I love that part. All right.
I just got into this pose and it's looked like...
Yes, okay, cool. Here we go. So this is the intro part. So this part is actually going to go at the start of the video. But let's just see what this is.
Oh, that's actually fixed the frame rate a bit.
No, don't care about that. Okay, cool. We've found the intro of the video. So I'm just gonna do a tiny bit of rearranging.
Enough.
Yeah,
this is
there you
go.
go.
Talking. Okay, let's cut that part there. Tiny bit of switching around pieces. This can go at the start. So let's kind of just go through this a second. So something I've started doing recently, and this is something that again fits in with this whole style thing and rules, is I noticed that something I was doing a lot of was starting the videos in the same exact way, which was just standing somewhere and being like, hello everyone and welcome to the Olympus Craft Series Season 2. My name is Rob and today we're going to be doing blah 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 blah. So that's something I used to do like in every single video, and it was getting really repetitive and very boring, and I didn't like it. I thought it didn't really fit in as much. So something I've been trying to do recently is to kind of fend away from it. Not every clip, but kind of try to do something different. That's self-improvement, isn't it? So I've been trying to record more kind of natural intros, more weird intros. So in this particular one, I was thinking of what to do, and I was changing around my camera angle, and I got to this weird angle here, which reminded me of some kind of like rap album cover. So I thought that's a good at starting. So I've recorded that a few times, and we'll see how it goes.
I just got into this pose, and it looks like I'm going to release a hip hop album.
Yeah, there you go. That's that line there. So that's going to be our starter. That's the hook that will get people hooked in it. And again, it's just kind of trying to give a bit more personality immediately. If no one's seen the videos before, they immediately go, this guy is funny, potentially, or probably not, but at least they know what to expect from the rest of the video. Let's see. Hello, everyone. I wonder what an album would be. I wonder what I could name a hip hop album if I released it. The Mighty Chest? Not entirely sure. Nah, don't like that part. No, that one's just weird. Let's get back to normal. Okay, maybe that one, maybe that line there is good. Yeah, these parts are still not natural for me. There's still something I'm working on. So I wouldn't necessarily follow exactly this particular point. But you know, I'm trying different things, and that's what matters really. Okay, let's get this intro done. Hello everyone, and welcome. Yeah, there you go. So normally I would just start with this part, and I'm now trying to do it slightly differently, I guess. Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode on the Olympus Craft server. My name is Rob, and today is a jam-packed day. We're doing, yeah, that's what tends to happen. I get to, my name is Rob, and I've not planned what I'm going to say at that point, and then I mess it all up. My name is Rob, and the Olympus Craft server. There you go, we get to that point. My name is Rob, and hopefully by, you know, the 7th try, I've said something good. My name is... You can see how many I'm cutting out because they're just rubbish takes. One is going to be... My name is Rob, and today we have a great episode for you. Ambitious there, but we'll see. For today... Fuzzy has said that Lil AFK is my rap name. Yeah, that works. For those who don't know, there's a running joke on the server that I'm always AFK. People call me Ghost Rob because I'm just always AFK. It's just the way it is for you. For today, I'm going to be doing 2 different projects. Okay, good start. One is going to be about revenge, and one is going to be about madness. Cool. That's a great intro. I had recorded a part about revenge in the other one, but I think that's all going to be cut out because I think I re-recorded it, knowing that it was, yeah, I'd done the other part early in the morning and therefore probably should be redone. That's right. And we're going to prank the whole server. This is so much better than when I recorded at 7 o'clock in the morning. Building our crazy contraption. And we're going to be building our crazy contraption for the Crazy Contraption Challenge. Competition, not challenge, but that's okay, Rob. You see, in these first clips, as I was saying before, you get a lot of FaceTime with me. You get a lot of these clips on my face, close-ups on my face, and that's because I'm trying to establish that close connection really early on. Challenge. That's right. We're going to be pranking the whole server. And also, we're going to be building a crazy contraption for the Crazy Contraption competition. Don't like that one better? Yes. That's right. We're going to be pranking the whole... That looks a bit less unhinged. So let's go for that one. So there's a lot that needs to be done, and we're going to start off with the pranking. Yeah, I don't usually re-record entire segments. It was only because of the fact that I recorded it early in the morning and I knew it wasn't as good as it could have been. Usually I tend to have all the segments, I only do the segments once really, but this is just an exception because of that reason. So if you watch my previous videos, you'll know that I've been pranked many times on this server. Oh, that was cool. I didn't do that intentionally. I do like those little spontaneous pieces. They really help to tie everything together. Potentially. Early on in the season, I came back to my base and there were bells hidden everywhere. And I'm not entirely sure who did that. It was either Code or Fuzzy, or maybe even Blue, but Blue's nice. I'm not sure Blue would have done it. Ow. I quite like this intro. It's working quite well. I think it's one of my better episodes, I have to say. So I'm quite glad that's the one we're editing. Then Code and I got in a tiny bit of a prank war. Then Code got into a little bit of a prank war, which was quite fun. But I still the other day. All right. So I'm hitting the wall. I'm going to get through this. The other day, I saw Code and Ant-Man ready to play a prank on me. That's true. That was a bad moment. On me. So overall, I think the entire server has to pay for their crimes. And AV named my gear to this is and so I'm not talking too much because I know that the two audios is a bit confusing. Oh, and AV named my gear to this is a prank, which was fairly annoying. There we go. And then so let me show you what I have in mind. Oh, I saw Codes online. I'm going to go and see his reaction to the in mind. Okay, that last clip is actually from later on again. There's a bit of backwards and forwards between clips, unfortunately, in this episode. So we've kind of covered some of the beginning of this with the other one. So let's find where that comes from.
And at the moment, the only person I need, I am currently here. What I have in mind is similar to prank we did in This Is a Prank. Quite a few people I need to get revenge on. And I thought there's no better way to do it than to do a server. I've just woken up. In real life. And at the moment, the only person who's online is
what I have in mind. Okay, I think that's going to make sense logically, maybe.
Five Finger Tree Punch. Now, the prank I have in mind is all the materials.
Okay, so we've done that intro piece. I'm going to quickly save because otherwise it's obviously going to crash on me and I'm going to lose everything. It's just the way it is, isn't it? Now, yeah, now we can go back to where we were and keep on editing. Fuzzy saying that fish slapping is his prank for the entire server for the rest of the season. I should actually say that I'm actually going to live stream tomorrow as well at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. EST time, and I'm going to be doing the parkour for the Salmon of Destiny live. So if you want to come and see me fail at parkour, you can pop along. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully other people will join as well. Everyone's invited to just see me fail, really. Okay, I saw Codes online. I'm going to go and see his reaction to the chicken prank. Yeah, so this is something, something I'm very interested in is to get as many community moments as possible. I don't want it to feel like, again, I'm the only one on the server, I'm the only one talking. That's not what the sensation I want for my videos. Something that's important for me is to have as much interaction as possible with the other members of the server. So I do a lot of like crossovers and stuff. We sometimes plan them in advance, sometimes they're a bit unnatural. It just depends on what's going on. This one was quite natural. This kind of just happened. I saw him online and I jumped on it. Code and I do a lot of collaborations together simply because we tend to be on at the same times, although we do live 5 hours away from each other, 5 time zones away. It does somehow work. He plays in the morning, I play in the afternoon. It does kind of work out. Other people, unfortunately, we don't cross over as much. It's a bit of a shame, but we do try to kind of do big community things so that we can have as many people as possible. Anyway, this was one I did with Code. I'm going to cut a lot out of this one, but because we've done the chicken stuff already, I want to move on to other things. But I do think it's nice to have a reaction from somebody else on the server here. Chicken prank. Hello,
I,
code.
I don't think
Code. Okay, let's get this from here.
I don't think I've ever seen this many chickens in the Minecraft game ever.
Oh, I wonder how they all got here.
How did this happen?
Oh, I mean that. Yeah, that beginning part's very genuine. I mean, we were just chatting around here, so there'll be stuff that needs to be cut out, and it's just the way it is. Um, we've got like probably like 20 minutes of talking, and realistically, only like a minute of that's gonna make it in. So I'm just gonna go through and find, you know, crucial bits that I remember, which I think will be good for the video.
I think there's a way to see.
Um, yeah, whichever one
Oh
works. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely wasn't me. That's the important
no!
thing.
Wow, this is insane.
Yeah,
There's got to be thousands of chickens.
yeah. I want the nice, genuine reactions from code. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to include.
Wow, this is insane.
Yeah,
There's got to be thousands of chickens. Thousands of chickens.
yeah, yeah,
This is just wild. Hey, free eggs though, I guess, right? Is that
yeah.
the advantage?
Great. Yeah. So okay. So Fuzzy's asking, do I have an advice to get his audio sounding better? Like I'm not in a metal dustbin. Yes. So so again, first of all, it all starts off with a microphone. Because better microphone sounds better. You can definitely tell a difference. The microphone I currently have at the moment, again, is not my primary microphone. It's not my good microphone, and it sounds okay. But when I recorded videos with my good microphone at the end of season one, you can definitely tell there's a difference. So microphone does make a big difference, and unfortunately, that does come down to how much you're willing to pay for a microphone. It's just the way it is. Now, for actual post thing you can do for audio. Oh, first of all, if you get a pop shield or like some kind of just some shield for your microphone, that will definitely help a lot with your recording. There's also like other stuff that I've picked up when I was doing radio, which could be useful, but maybe it's not applicable. If you got like what's it called, an arm for your microphone, and then there's a lot less bumps and noises because it's not vibrating as much. It's kind of a bit more floating in the air, so it's a bit better. You also maybe want to make sure you warm up your voice before you do anything. We used to say that you have to stand up when you're recording, but obviously that doesn't really work for Minecraft. So that's entirely, that's mostly for radio. So when it actually comes down to editing audio, it's something that we can look later on. I was going to go on to Audition later on, but primarily what you want to do is if you got background noise, you can remove that with certain pieces of software. I use Audition, but you can use Audacity, which is free. And you basically just take a little sample of the background noise, and then you add, then you can kind of edit out that kind of background hissing or whatever sound you've got there in the background. That's something you can definitely do. Alternatively, you can something else you can do is you can put a decibel threshold on your microphone, so it will only pick up anything over a certain decibel. But that may lead to some kind of weird clipping every now and then, so that's something you need to be aware of. I will show you later on how to edit audio, although I don't necessarily need it a lot for my video. It's something that definitely we can cover, because that would be good to do. But realistically, again, it's all stuff like make sure you got a good mic, make sure you remove any background noise. Putting on music in the background will also help reduce it, because it will replace any kind of background noise with just that kind of music. And that's definitely something that I use a lot. I'm sure my audio right now sounds a lot rougher than it does if it had some music and it was slightly processed. So yeah, so Fuzzy's saying that he's got an arm, a pop shield, and quite a good mic. So he thinks it may be the room. Yeah, so it could also be the room. If you don't have a soundproof room, that could be a problem. Obviously, because otherwise sounds can bounce in weird ways. I've heard of people using stuff like making yourself a little booth with like towels because that will absorb the I don't really know, but like the sound waves. That's something that people do. I think that's quite extreme. I think realistically, if you do have background noises, you kind of want to just remove it later on in post processing. That's really easy to do. But if you're sounding metallic, which is if you say like you sound like a metal dustbin, you sound a bit metallic. I wonder if it's something to do with connections in the microphone being slightly off. Or you maybe want to be closer to your microphone, talk directly into it. Some microphones have directions. You probably know all of this, but again, I'm trying to cover all bases just in case that you haven't really considered stuff. Yeah, I think it's just a question of if you're in a large room, you're going to get like a lot of reverb and echo and sounds which you may not want. If you're in a small room and you're self-contained, then you should be a bit better. But again, it's entirely up to how you set up essentially. Cool. I'm gonna quickly. I'm trying to think. I don't know what people fancy, but there is still quite a lot to edit. And a lot of it is quite repetitive stuff that we've already done. So I'm wondering if something that we should do is concentrate on things we haven't done, and then I can finish the episode by myself. Obviously, that's perfectly fine. I think we've done enough of like the cutting and pasting, cutting of things. Maybe we should focus more on other aspects of editing, and just leave the rest of this for me later to agonize over. If that sounds okay, you've got like a minute to say. Otherwise, otherwise I'll do that unless you want to see me do more of this. So I need to wait for the delay to kick in, and give you enough time to comment. And then if not, we can move on to what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Thingy replay mod, and we can look a bit more at the audio. Yeah, Blue Gamer Dog. It's insulation to stop sound go out. It's just it depends how much you want to, paste stuff on the walls of your bedroom. Essentially, that's kind of what it comes down to. But I don't have any of that, and with my good microphone, it sounds good. So I think it's probably something to do with post processing or the settings on your microphone. Some microphones have a lot of settings, and you just need to find the ones that are most suitable. It also depends on the type of mic, because some mics are like for group recordings, and that obviously is going to pick up a lot more. Or some mics are perfect, are done for just singular person talking into it, and they will obviously be a bit more suitable for your kind of needs. Anyway, I'm going to move on to other stuff then. I think we can leave this last part to be edited later on. I'm going to show you what I do for, like I said, my replay mod and other stuff. So, as I showed you before, we've done a replay mod video. That's now saved into this video folder here. We've got some old videos actually I can get rid of, because that's 2.12 gigabytes I can save. So we're going to import it like we did before. Now this shouldn't crash it, hopefully. So here we go. That's our clip here. I'm just going to put it at the end. Again, I'm not going to put it in because it's not at the right point. Yeah. So here we go. This is the clip. We can kind of go through it if we really wanted to. Now, what I may do, because this is kind of like a lot of clips going over another, we kind of want to make it look a bit smoother. But first of all, let's do speed. So at the moment, this clip is 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Now, I think it's just a bit too long for what we're trying to do here. I kind of tend to have time lapses between 10 and 40 seconds at most. And 40 seconds only happens if there's a lot going on. I think this is probably more like a 15-second time lapse. So I'm going to go to speed duration here, and I'm going to type the duration I want. So I'm going to go Shall we say, let's say 50? Yeah, let's say 20. Let's try 20 and see what it looks like. We can always change it later. And then we go, okay, and there we go. It's reduced it by a fair amount. Now, I'm going to also do something here. I'm going to go to sequence, render selection. So what this is going to do, is it going to do it? No, it's not going to do it. Let me find, how do I do a selection, I wonder? Well, I'm going to cheat slightly. I'm going to move all this. Oh, no, not just that. So I'm just, oh no, what am I doing? Redo, here we go. And then we take all of this, move all of it forward, get the last clip and put it at the start. So something I'm going to do is something that I usually do at the end of when I do my videos. So I'm slightly jumping ahead here, but I go to sequence and I go render in to out. Now what this does is that it goes through every clip and it kind of makes sure all of the video, it kind of processes the video itself. Now it's going to do this for all like 3 hours of footage, which we don't want, so I'm going to stop it in a minute. I just want to do the first clip of the 62 clips, and basically what it's doing, it's going through that clip and it's working out like a kind of like a video preview, which means that when we click on it, it's going to be a lot smoother. It's going to be a lot closer to what you get in the final result, rather than a choppy video that you can get if you're just viewing it without doing this process. So again, we're just going to wait until it gets to 2 of 62, and then we'll get to that next thing. It may take a minute. Unfortunately, it takes a while. Don't worry, it's not going to take 50 minutes. That's for the entire thing. Okay, there we go, done. So we'll cancel it now. And you'll see that all these in yellow. The first one should be in green now because that's been processed. So this is what our replay looks like now. Yeah, again, it's not the best replay. It's not really showing anything too cool. It's just me running around chasing a million chickens, and it gives that impression that I was there for absolute hours, which is what happened. I mean, I understand this doesn't make any sense narration wise because at the moment you've not seen me being pranked with chickens, but that happens later on. So yeah, so that's our replay, and you can see how that's a nice little time lapse, shows like everything that's going on. It's got these cool angles. It works very well, especially if you're doing like a build. A build looks really good. I usually tend to do like 4 or 5 different smaller time lapses and put them all together. That works very well. I think this could probably be shorter, but then maybe we could, I don't know. It's fine. I can deal with it later. But that's how you do replays. That's how you do mods. That's how you do time lapses. Again, you can increase the duration or reduce the duration based on what you want, and that's all nice and easy. So yeah, so that's a lovely efficient thing that I use quite a bit. Now, the other thing I think I want to show you is music. I'll do music and I'll do audio, and then I think at that point that's probably going to be it. So if you got any questions, start getting ready for later. So music. So we can say that this entire thing is kind of all edited as it is. And the only thing that's missing for me is music. Obviously you can add effects, you can add other stuff if you want to add that kind of thing. Personally, I don't add any of those things. I just keep it as plain, as natural as it can be. If you do want to see like crazy effects, I would check out Ant-Man's videos. His link is in the descriptions of all my videos. He does some really cool, amazing, like special effects. I don't know how he does them. I think he uses After Effects, but I would definitely recommend checking him out if you want to see more of those. Now, beds. So I have a vast collection of music beds. This isn't all of them. I've got plenty of more. These are just the ones I selected as possible candidates for my YouTube channel. I then actually filtered out happy songs, which are these ones here. These are my collection of happy songs, and they've got stuff like let me just play a random one. If it will ever open, which it may not. Oh, it's thinking about it. There you go, nice and jazzy and happy. So, to get all these clips, I've scoured the internet for like it's all royalty free stuff. I don't have to pay for any of these. A lot of it is Kevin MacLeod, who has a website called Incompetech, which has so many sounds, so many songs. Bensound is a good source of it. Dano's Song, I think his name is, has a load as well. But also, I don't think there's anything compromising here. Let's just make sure. If you go to YouTube Creator, you can actually go down to there you go, that's my views. Not very much, is it? Oh, if only people would subscribe to my channel. Anyway, if you go to Audio Library here, there's loads and loads of songs, loads of them as well, including some from the guys that we've seen before. And you can search different types, different genres, all that. Great repository of songs. All of these are free to use, although you may have to give credit occasionally. So I created this. So for my first season, I was using mainly Bensound songs, which are these ones here, with a few different little things in between. For season 2, I've actually got a different folder. I don't have many songs here, but I was trying to go for a slightly jazzier kind of look. So, for example, that's kind of the sound I wanted. So I completely changed up all of my music library to make sure that it was consistent to a new season. And then if we go to season 3, I'll probably do the same again and switch it up a bit, try something a bit new. So what I usually do is I grab all of these, I import them like we did before, like so. And you can see that now we've got all these songs here. Now I tend to change the audio through here. So I set the gain to, usually I start off with -25, which means that now my voice is going to be higher than the music underneath. Oh, Max does love that song. I know, so do I. I think it's my favorite at the moment. So you got like this background noise, this background sound in the background. You got me talking over the top, and you can see already visually there's a massive difference between my voice and the music. The music is not the important thing here. The important thing is what I say. So it has to be in the background. And it does take a bit to get the levels right. And actually, Max was one of the people who pointed out that in my first or second episode of this new season, in one particular point, the music was a bit too loud, and it did kind of distract people from the talking. So I've since corrected that. So the way I do it is I usually just say we want this one to start off with. I usually start off with what's it called? I can't really find it now.
I'm gonna go ahead and
this one, what pogo is? I usually have things for different moments. Like I always tend to start off with Marty's Got a Plan. That's a good one by Kevin MacLeod. So say we want to start off with that one. Put it at the start. I just got into this pose and it looks like I'm going to release. Now, you do kind of need to adjust it, and it's a bit like a feel. So this one, because of the instrument it uses, because of the way it does, I found that usually -18 is the right level for it. Again, it's just you have to try it out and see what sounds good. So in this case, for example, great episode for you. For today, I'm going to be doing 2 different projects. One is going to be about revenge, and one is going to be about madness. That's right. Let's see, it already changes considerably how the video sounds and feels. It's definitely sounds a lot more professional, so definitely use your music wisely. Got more here. Max says he wants more tunes. Yeah, these are all copyright free, so I can play them. So these are the ones, I'll actually go through them all, why not, and tell you what the thinking is. Some of these are not used yet, and some of them I have already. So obviously we heard this one. It's nice and jazzy. Then we've got this one here, which I've not used yet. I am so desperate for a situation where I can use this song because it's going to be fantastic when it happens. I can't wait. I've had it there for ages and I really want to use it, but I need the right clip for it. I think it's going to have to be a time lapse of some sort. Maybe it'll be the chicken time lapse. If it works, you may see in the next episode that as I kill a lot of chickens, that's going to be the music playing. We got this one, which tends to be my outro music. This is kind of like slightly inspiring, very chill. You can talk over it. It's not just two jazzes, so it's quite good. Then we got this one. Yeah, so you can see they're slightly like sneaky, slightly naughty, because that's generally what I tend to do. That's this one. This is a nice one as well. The problem with this one and the 64 Sundays is that it's got I don't know, it's got like solos on top, which makes them a bit more recognizable, a bit more, your ear kind of picks it up a lot more, so they have to put the volume down because otherwise you get distracted by them. It's a bit unfortunate, but they're really nice and I really like those ones. Marty Got a Plan is a classic. I'm pretty sure people like Grian use this a lot as well. It's quite a common one, but it works so well in every situation. I like opening with that one. It kind of gives the tone of like, this is going to be us sneaking around and doing naughty things, which is kind of just the channel, essentially. What's this one? Oh, and thank you for joining us. I mentioned you earlier. You'll have to go back and listen. Yeah, this one's nice. I've not really used it that much. Curious Kitten. It's okay. I'm not as fond of this one, but it does work very well. A lot of things. And then last one, this one, which is the time-lapse music. There we go. So that's the tracks. There you go, Max. I hope you enjoyed the new songs. That's all good. All right. So that's how I do music. I just put like these tracks. Something I also tend to do is if I tend to divide the video up in kind of segments of stuff that's happening. So for example, I may go intro. So have a song that then finishes whenever the intro finishes, which I think is around here somewhere. Trying to find it. Yeah, this is me from a few days before. So so around here, and I tend to finish that then and put a new song for a new section. It kind of divides it up into individual sections that it helps kind of distinguish things along. It kind of goes, okay, we've done that and we're now moving on to something different. So the music has changed because now we're doing something different. That's the way it works. But you do want to fade stuff out. So if you go here and you go to volume and you press level, then you go at the end again and you press level again. This one here, this keyframe. And then we go back to the one we just made, this one here. No, wait a minute. So we put, this is where it's going to start fading out. That's where it's going to end fading out. So we go there and we go to like -200. Now, if we play that clip, you'll see. Oh, and I even named my gear to this is a prank, which was fairly annoying. So let me show you what I have in mind. So I've just, see, it just kind of fades down. It's not abrupt. So that's something very important. You do want to fade out your pieces of music. And I do the same when you got a time lapse. I kind of put it up for a bit and then down again at the end. Fuzzy said Wild Poker is very Scar building. Yeah, it is. I don't know. Is it the one he actually uses? I generally, have I just stolen his thing? I don't think I meant to. Yeah, Ant says that he only uses copyright music. It's going to hurt him in the long run. I mean, it's fine, but if you ever want to monetize, it's going to cause problems, and you can get videos taken down because of it. So you need to be careful with it. If you want, and I mean, I know you, so I can send you like a folder full of loads of songs. I know they're not quite in your genre, but maybe they'll work. Up to you. Anyway, I'm glad you're pleased, Max. Maybe I should release what's it called? Olympus Craft Season 2 album, just to kind of with all the songs from the soundtrack. They're really good. I really love them, so it's worth it. Okay. So that's the kind of music. Now, last things we're going to talk about is audio. And if people are interested, I may also do a little tiny bit on thumbnails and tags, because that's something that I'm quite interested in. And actually, if anyone has advice for me as well, I'd be very happy to hear that. I'm trying to learn as much. Ant's asking if I saw the chicken prank. Yeah, yes, Ant. Yes. Look here. This is me killing 1,000,000 chickens. Do you not see? Okay. So audio editing. Very quick. So when you've got stuff like this, you can hear that my audio is kind of okay usually.
And to speed this process up, we're going to have 2 different chambers full of chickens.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not the best audio that you can get in the world. Again, I need a better microphone, but it works for what it needs to do. The only thing I personally do with the audio, I used to do something differently, but I realized it didn't make much difference. So I'll go through both. One thing I do is I go here and I go to audio gain, and I normalize all peaks to 0, which means that it kind of matches all the audio pieces. So if there's a piece of audio where I'm talking at a lower volume, and there was one where I took it at a higher volume, it makes it a bit more consistent. That's something I do. And yeah, it's just an easy thing to make it work a bit better. So that's something that that's worth doing. And then honestly, I personally don't do a lot more of that. I know Code does. If you want to know more about how to do that kind of audio editing, I would definitely ask Code, because he knows a lot more about it. Just bug him, and hopefully he will make a tutorial. We'll see if that happens. But something you can do is something I used to do a bit more. Is if you go to edit and you do have Adobe Audition, which is obviously an if, you can go to sequence. Yeah, just do that, and it will basically move all your audio from this video to Adobe Audition, which is an audio editing software. And there we can do certain things to kind of improve the quality of the audio itself. So obviously it'll take a minute to load. That's just the way it is with programs. But yeah, in there you can match the volume, which is a better way of doing it than what I do here. You can remove background noise. You can put a load of effects on your voice if you really wanted to. There's a lot that you can do, really, but realistically for Minecraft videos, all you really need to make sure is that the volume is kind of just the right volume, and there's not any kind of like background hissing or anything like that. So let's see. It should open up in a minute. I'm gonna save this though, and oh no, it's not quite, but yeah, we'll see. Ant says, didn't know I was this good as an editor. Thank you, Ant. I mean, as I said at the start, I've been editing for 13 years, both audio and video. So although my channel is still quite small, hint, subscribe. But I do kind of know how to edit stuff a bit okay-ish. I'm sure there's people that are better than me, but hopefully this has been at least a bit useful for everyone. We'll see. So we just need to finish off. Just waiting for this to export. That's the word I was looking for. To export. Computer programs. So just for context, I will be editing this whole thing into like a smaller, more manageable video, because obviously there's a lot of talking that we don't need in between. So hopefully that will come out, but it may take me a while because it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to edit, but hopefully that will be on my channel soon. Also, this video we're currently editing right now is going to come out on Thursday. That's when this video is coming out, just in case you didn't know. Monday, well, tomorrow, I'm not going to have a video. That's going to be a live stream I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do the parkour for the Salmon of Destiny at 7 p.m. UK time. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. But it'll be very entertaining. It'll be fantastic to see me do some really bad parkour. We'll see. But yeah, usually my episodes are recorded probably a week before they are released-ish. Last season it was probably closer to the line, but this season I've been a bit more organised, and it means that if I'm away, it kind of all works out. I've not skipped too many weeks. So this is going to take a minute because we've got like enormous files in here. So that's the unfortunate thing. But I'm hoping it'll be ready soon. Oh, in the meantime, some of the audio files are already done. So this here is the mix down. This is where you've got like all your clips in an order. And you can see that this is very similar to what you've got here. In fact, it's the same. It's the same thing. But you can edit individual tracks. So this, for example, is me saying, oh, okay. Oh, I need to change. Wait, sorry. Channel mapping. Or is it hardware?
So I've just woken up.
Oh, fine. So it works when I press this. What? That makes no sense. Yeah. That's all good. I don't understand what's happening.
So I've just woken up in real life. And at the moment, the only person who's online is Five Finger Tree Punch.
So that's the clip. That's the clip we're currently editing. So if you want to remove background noise, very straightforward. You take a piece here where there's no sound whatsoever, except for obviously the background noise. You go to effects, you go to noise reduction, capture noise print, and that will take a half a second because we're doing a million other things at the same time. Okay, this may take slightly longer than a second. But that will capture the print of the noise in the background, which means that they can then work out where that noise is in all of the clip. So yeah, you capture the noise print. I'm just going to cancel it because it's going to take too long, but it will just come back to the screen. Then you take the entire clip, you go to effects, go to noise reduction, you go noise reduction process. Now we don't have a noise print because I cancelled it, but usually you just go apply and it will remove that background noise. I don't have any in this clip, so I can't show you. And also it's taking a while to load everything in. But in theory, that's how you get rid of the hissings or, any kind of background stuff you've got. It's for continuous clips. It's not for, it's not for clicking of a mouse or that kind of stuff. It's just for when you've got a long continuous sound in the background, just the ambient noise you get when you record something. That's how you edit that. The other thing you can do here is you can go to effects match volume, and if you drag on all of the clips, essentially, again, I'm not going to be able to show you because it's still loading stuff. If you drag it all here and then you do run, it will make sure all of these clips have the same volume. Once you're done with all of this, you can then go to edit, multi-track, sorry, and then you can export to Adobe Premiere Pro. Can't do it at the moment because we don't have all of them loaded, but that's what you press and it takes everything back to Premiere, and then it's all at the right level. So that's kind of how it works. Again, you don't necessarily going to be needing to do too much audio editing. Really, there's plenty of effects you can do, but you're not recording music, you're not recording songs, so it's not going to be too complicated. It's just something that you may end up using. If you've got any questions about that, please write them in the comments. I'll check them in a second. But that's kind of the audio and video element of it. Now, again, I know this video is not edited completely, but we'll pretend it is to show you what the next step is. So once you've got your video completely done, the next thing you want to do is to export it so you can upload the video. So if you go to File, you go to Export, press Media, it will open up this. Thinking about it a second. It will open up basically the export thing. Sorry, I have too many things open. I think I need to close a few things because it's not liking it what I'm doing. I think it's Audition. I think it's still loading Audition stuff. No, I can't see there's not really any comments, so I'm just gonna do the export, and then again we're gonna look at thumbnails, tags, and then that's it. And then I'll let you go. You can do your thing, and hopefully it will make sense. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm trying to close stuff in the meantime because more processing. Oh, I see. We need to wait till this is done. If I cancel these. Nope, still loading. Oh, this is the problem with technology, isn't it? Right, I'm not going to save anything. Hey, Quifts. What do you want me to do? Oh, here we go. Here's the export. So, once you've got your video done, again, this is not completely done, but say it was finished. You want to export the video. So I've got a, I put it in a H.264 format. I've looked like online guides on how to do the best formatting. So, you know, you're welcome to check that up. I match source generally because the Minecraft quality is quite good. The only thing I change here is I go for 2pass, 10 and 40. I don't quite understand if that's the right thing. That's what a guide online told me to do, so that's what I'm doing. And then I just export it. That's kind of all you need to change here, but you may want to find a good guide online on how to do that. But that will save your file. It will take a while. It probably takes around between half hour and an hour, depending on the length of your video. But once you've got that, it will end up being a format like, let me just find a thing. Adobe, here we go. So yeah, it'll just be a normal video like these that you can then do whatever you want with. So that kind of concludes what we're doing on Premiere. What the last thing I'm going to show you is again thumbnails and stuff. I use Photoshop for thumbnails. So what I tend to do is I have this what's it called, thumbnail standard thumbnail template. I have a template. That's the word. So we're loading up Photoshop, and the other thing I've done already is I have prepared a snapshot from my latest video. So I did that in Minecraft. What you can do is you can press F1 to hide the toolbar, all that kind of stuff. Oh, where's it gone? And then you can press F2 to take a snapshot. So that's what I tend to do in my videos. And sometimes I put it in F5 as well, which means you can see my face. This particular shot has me and my face, but you obviously don't have to. You can do whatever snapshot you want. So this is just Photoshop screenshots. Here we go. So go down. This is I am very happy with this screenshot. Look at that. Isn't that fun? It's me surrounded by a million chickens. Now I'm gonna just kind of layer this. So the only thing I've got in this thumbnail, this is obviously up to you what you want to do with it, is I've put a border around it because I kind of like the fact that it's got a border. I've put obviously a number which has to be corrected to 7. This is episode 7. Got Olympus Craft Season 2 up here. Now that does look good, but I think we need to center it slightly. Is that centered? No, maybe something like that. And I'm wondering if I need a border around me. I think it may be okay, but I'm going to start tracing around it just in case just to see what you think of it. So tell me if I should add a border or not. I'm going to start doing it just in case you say yes. But you can stop me if you think I don't need a border. But we'll try it and see what happens. So all I'm doing is just kind of tracing around it with this tool. Ooh. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of like a rough outline. Oh, that was a bad one though. Never mind. Okay, so we've got, that's me. So I'm gonna layer a copy, and then I'm gonna just add. I think what I want is no, that's not. Maybe not a globe, but like a bigger one. Does that work? I don't. I'm not sure I want that. Maybe I want contour. I think I just want something to kind of separate me out from the background. But maybe it's not a contour either. Maybe a stroke. No, I think I actually like it as it was. But yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to move around at Olympus Craft slightly to be slightly further up. I kind of like it. I really like this shot actually. This was completely genuine. This is me holding seeds in my hand while surrounded by all the chickens from the prank. It was it was the perfect shot. I don't know how it happened. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that one. Okay, and then obviously you can save it as JPEG, whatever. I think I'm going to keep it as it is. And then I'm just going to save as 7, because that's the number of the snapshot of the episode, and then save as JPEG. Save. Okay, so that will be the thumbnail of the episode. Okay, so that was Photoshop. Last thing, uploading the video. Now, obviously, I can't upload the new video because it's not finished. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just upload one of my old videos, not release it, obviously, just kind of show you what I do here. Now, yeah, just a bit of random video in essentially. Now, what I tend to do here is to, I'm going to go to, oh God, yeah. So I do copy and paste old descriptions and stuff, but this has been, I've worked on this quite a bit. Oh, Aardvark, thank you very much for your compliment. Again, I've been doing it for a while, and I mean, my channel's not very big, so you know, do with this information as you wish. So I just copy and paste stuff here essentially for now, but then obviously change, you know, the title and stuff like that, whatever title I want, chicken invasion. I don't know. Again, it's not the final one. So now something I've been playing around a lot with recently, and this is kind of just me putting it out there. I want to see if people have been trying this out and if they've got suggestions for me as well, because obviously I don't necessarily know everything at all. I'm just learning. But the only thing I've been really working on recently is tags and trying to increase the visibility of the channel. So this is something I've been working on a lot. I got a copy of TubeBuddy, which is a piece of software that helps you out with tags, SEO, that kind of stuff, and it's very useful. So something I've been working on is increasing the visibility of my videos by applying correct tags and to make sure that I feature higher in YouTube rankings. I know this sounds very technical, but like it's the way YouTube works, I'm afraid. So something I do is I make sure the title is repeated in the description and there's stuff in the tags. So actually I'll show you this one because this is one I've made before. Actually I'm probably gonna just cancel this one because then I don't have to worry about it later just randomly appearing or something.
Options delete forever. There we go. I understand. So, so something I've done a lot of, and actually a good example of this is my most popular video, this one here, the Squid Farm one, which has 1,300 views, something like that. So I spent a lot of time on this one working out tags. These ones here. These are keywords that you want your video to have, and which will mark how you find them on YouTube. So sorry, that was a bad description, but essentially, the way you get views on YouTube is by getting people to find your videos and clicking on your videos and watching your videos. But the only way they're going to find your videos is if your videos appear on the home screen or in searches, that kind of stuff. So the way you do it is by getting tags that are popular and important, and you try and maximize those tags so you're more likely to appear when people are looking for those tags. So to Glow Squid Farm, if somebody's looking for Minecraft Glowing Sack Farm, in most searches, I'm the number one result. It's quite a niche, I understand. It's not like a video that everyone's looking for, obviously, but it's got enough searches that I get quite a lot of views from it. And the way I get like these tags to be the best is by constantly repeating the same kind of configuration of words. So I write easy glow squid farm here, and then I write easy and efficient glow squid farm, and then later on I say again easy glow squid farm, and you mention it down here as well, easy glow squid farm. And eventually, if you mention it enough times and the video is relevant enough, that will make you rank very high in search engines. So that's something I do as well when I do YouTube videos. I spend a lot of time working out which tags are the best with TubeBuddy, and this is not an ad at all. Like I do not care at all if you use any of these softwares. This is just me talking to you about what I do. But you can look up like, I don't know, Minecraft SMP, and it will tell you how many people are looking for it, how many people have videos, how easy it is to optimize it, all this kind of stuff. So it's something I do quite a lot in the background, just searching up terms, trying to work out what videos are lacking on the internet and that kind of stuff. And that's a lot of work that I also put into it, which you don't realize, but it does help. That's how you get more views. So if you do want to improve your videos and make better videos, obviously make good videos, do great editing, do all that, but also be aware that there's a lot of stuff, additional stuff that you need to be aware of in order to get those views. Oh my god, I've talked for like 2 hours and a half. I think that's probably going to be it for me. I do hope like this has been useful in any way whatsoever. Again, I'm not trying to give you like, this is not the ultimate guide on how to do stuff at all. This is not like me trying to say I am very good at stuff. That's not it at all. I'm just trying to talk about things and see if any of these apply to you. So hopefully, again, I'm not expecting you to learn every single thing I mentioned. It's just kind of getting ideas through and concepts of how to make unique and interesting videos. And hopefully it gives you an insight on how I actually make my videos, how long it actually takes, and all of that. If you have enjoyed this and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, because like, again, I'm a small channel and I put a lot of effort into the videos, and if you enjoy them, like the best thing you can do is just give me that subscribe, because it does help me really grow. Again, if you already subscribed, fantastic. Thank you for joining us, and I'm very sorry for wasting all your time a lot of the time. But yeah, hopefully this is all good. Oh, sorry, one last question. I'll do this as the last thing. Actually, this is a good point. Sorry, good point. Before I close off anything, any last questions you have, please do ask them now, and I'll go through them. Obviously, a random elk has asked, "Can you show us the countries you have views from?" Sure. I believe I can fly. No, it's somewhere over here, isn't it? It's audience. I have looked at this a bit. You can see a lot of like, yeah, hopefully this doesn't give you anything. But yeah, top geographies, United States is the highest with 31.3.
India 16.2. Thank you everyone for watching from India. United Kingdom obviously 9% because I'm from the UK. Yeah, and there you go. So there we go. That's where I get my stuff from. That's kind of the audience I go from. I do spend a lot of time actually looking at all of this. So I'm always trying to learn new methods to improve. So obviously, if you see my videos and you have some advice for me, I will happily take it as well. Please do. I'm just seeing if any more comments. Aardvark, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I do hope that it helps your channel grow as well. I'll check it out later as well. I've seen your channel before, but I'll see in the near future. I won't comment. I won't roast you. I promise. But yeah, no. So I hope that's all very useful. Again, I'm gonna wait a second again just to see if there's anything else that you guys want to ask. But if not, again, I'll be live streaming tomorrow, 7 p.m. I'll be doing some parkour, hopefully with other people from the server, although I'm not entirely sure if anybody will be around. Depends on timings and stuff. But if they are, it should be a lot of fun. And the episode that I was editing here is a lot of fun. I think it's one of my better episodes. Because there's a lot of fun things going on, and you didn't even get to see the crazy contraption, which is just insane. And that's coming on Thursday. I usually upload Mondays and Thursdays, and then next week we'll just return to normal and do other stuff. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all the comments. I think that's everyone. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, and hopefully. Again, if you like this, let me know, and I'll try and do more of this stuff again in the future. And I will be editing this down to a shorter video so that you can watch it without having to do all this again. Okay, so thank you for everything. I'm going to sign off now if I can remember how to. There we are. So thank you all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.